You know that feeling, right? The one where you're just buried under a mountain of prep work? Well, today, we're going to look at a tool that's like having your own personal assistant, one that helps you dig out and get your time back. We're talking about Google's NotebookLM.
Yeah, does this ring a bell? For teachers, this isn't just a feeling, it's pretty much every day. We're constantly trying to stay on top of everything, and that information fire hose, it is always on full blast.
And it's not just about keeping up with new research. It's about managing this sheer volume of stuff. Articles, curriculum standards, all the resources we have to somehow pull together for our students. It is a constant challenge.
It really is a juggling act, trying to keep all those plates spinning. But what if you had an assistant? One who could help you manage it all, so you could get back to focusing on what you do best, which is actually teaching? Well, this is exactly where NotebookLM comes in. And look, it's not just another chatbot. Seriously, think of it as your own personal, dedicated research assistant, one that's ready to help you make sense of all your materials.
So at its heart, NotebookLM is an AI tool built to help you understand the information that you give it. You upload your stuff and bam, it becomes an instant expert on those specific documents, ready to help you analyze, summarize, and create.
Okay, this next part is huge. It's the secret sauce of NotebookLM, and it's called source grounding. Unlike other AIs that just pull from the entire wild and sometimes wrong internet, NotebookLM only uses the documents, videos, and links that you upload. This is an absolute game changer for accuracy and trust in the classroom. And this chart really drives that point home. Because NotebookLM is grounded in your sources, you get these inline citations for every single answer it gives you. That means you can instantly check where the information came from. This cuts way down on the risk of AI hallucinations. You know, when the AI just kind of makes stuff up.
On top of all that, it is so clearly built with teachers in mind. Your data is private, it's not used to train the AI, it's powered by models that are specifically fine-tuned for learning. And maybe the best part of all, it's completely free for anyone with a Google account.
Okay, so now that we get the what and the why behind NotebookLM, let's get to the really exciting part, the how. The AI Studio is where you take your boring old documents and turn them into dynamic, awesome learning experiences for your students.
So think of the studio as your own personal content creation hub. It's a whole suite of tools that lets you take your static documents, your PDFs, your articles, your lecture notes, and just transform them into a whole range of resources for your classroom.
I mean, the AI Studio is like having a full production team right at your fingertips. You can create your own custom podcasts or animated videos, you can generate visual aids like mind maps and infographics, and you can create a massive range of classroom materials, everything from slide decks and study guides to quizzes and flashcards. All right, this all looks amazing, but let's be real. How does this actually work in a busy high school classroom? Let's get practical and look at some real-world strategies that work for any content area.
So first up, lesson planning. The whole process is incredibly simple. You just upload your core materials, the standards, a primary source document, maybe a link to a good video. Then you can ask it to do the heavy lifting. Break down those dense standards into clear student objectives, brainstorm some cool activities, and even draft your exit tickets.
So, picture this. You're a history teacher. You could upload the Declaration of Independence and a few articles on, say, the Battle of Yorktown. Instantly, you could ask for 5 higher-order thinking questions that connect the ideas in the Declaration to what actually happened on the battlefield. I mean, can you imagine how much time that saves?
NotebookLM is also a powerhouse for formative assessment. You can spin up quick quizzes and exit tickets on the fly. But okay, one of my absolute favorite features is asking it to identify potential points of confusion in a text before you even teach it. This is just a revelation for being proactive in your teaching.
And for those bigger summative assessments, NotebookLM can be an amazing grading assistant. You can upload a student's essay and your rubric and then get an initial analysis of how well that essay meets the criteria. This can really help you focus your feedback and save you so much valuable time.
Okay, and this is a biggie for all of us, right? Differentiation. From a single complex article, you can instantly generate a simplified summary for students who need that extra scaffolding, and at the exact same time, you can ask it to create challenging extension questions for your advanced learners. It just makes meeting the needs of all your students so much more manageable.
Now, like any powerful tool, there's a bit of a learning curve, and there are definitely a few things you need to keep in mind. So let's talk about how to get started on the right foot and, importantly, what to watch out for. Honestly, my best advice, start small. Just pick one document you know really well and play with it. Try out the suggested questions that pop up automatically. Don't be afraid to experiment with your prompts. The more specific you are, the better your results will be. And for sure, organize your materials into separate notebooks for each class or unit. It'll save your sanity later.
And like any tool, NotebookLM isn't perfect. It's really important to understand its limitations so you can use it effectively. So let's talk about the main one you should know about.
This quote from a real user absolutely nails it. The tool is fantastic, but you just need to understand its main constraint to avoid getting frustrated.
This limitation is called the context window, and all it really means is that with super large files, we're talking a full novel or a 150-page PDF, the AI might not be able to see and analyze the entire document in one go. So for huge texts, you might need to break them up into smaller chunks or just be aware that it could miss a detail here or there.
So what's the bottom line here? NotebookLM is an incredible co-pilot. It can help you amplify your own expertise, save you a ton of time, and spark some serious creativity. But it is just that, a tool. It's never going to be a replacement for your professional judgment and that invaluable connection you have with your students.
So, we've seen how NotebookLM can really transform so many parts of our teaching, from planning and assessment all the way to differentiation. The only question left is, what's the first complex topic you're going to have your new AI assistant help you tackle? Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you're feeling inspired to give NotebookLM a try.